All right, guys, day 25. We only got this day and tomorrow left, and then we are done doing the live versions of Kettlebell Origins. But that doesn't mean that you can't go in there and bang out your versions of Kettlebell Origins. You can continue to use Kettlebell Origins for the rest of your life if you want to. I will also just seed this in there. So we are very consciously and very specifically building programs that build on themselves. So if you've enjoyed this Kettlebell Origins program, or if you've caught sight of it, caught a glimpse of it or whatever, and you want to pursue more of these programs, we've got another program lined up called Double Gains. And some of you may have heard of this because we've had this program before, but we're going to drop the rate for Double Gains because it's the perfect program to come after a single unilateral loaded program like Kettlebell Origins. Kettlebell Origins is perfect for building that vertical core strength and that mobility and the athleticism and the strength necessary to go into Double Gains. And then Double Gains is going to just massively increase the amount of loads and intensities and things like that. So if you're just watching this, right, and you haven't done Kettlebell Origins, that's okay. You can still do it. You can purchase both. You can do Kettlebell Origins first and then Double Gains. Or what I would highly suggest is getting in to Kettlebell's continuing education level 1. And there's some basic kind of workouts in there and some basics in there so that you understand and you have enough experience to jump into Double Gains. Kettlebell Origins was perfect if you had zero experience at all because we're walking you through that, but Double Gains is going to take a smidgen of experience. So without further ado, let's get after this warm-up. So today it's about the scapula, the lat, the back. We're doing row and pull for day 25. So I want to make sure I'm warming up for rowing and pulling. So I'm going to do alternating waves for about 30 seconds. And then I'm going to do alternating outside circles for about 30 seconds. And I'm stepping forward, right, with my battle rope. This is going to make those shoulders and all the musculature back there nice and juicy, right, and ready to move. And it's going to slowly ramp up my heart rate, my breath rate, get my temperature up, and get the CNS, central nervous system, banging and firing to the peripheral nervous system, figuring out my proprioception, where I sit in time and space, where I'm at in time and space. Right, so about a minute on the jump rope. If you don't have a jump rope, half jacks are perfect. Full jumping jacks are great. Running in place are great. You can do a mixture thereof. You can even do some crawling. I love doing battle rope, right, and jump rope, especially if I'm going to focus my entire workout on kettlebells. I'm just going to choose some different tools, different modalities, and I know I'm going to do some body weight work at the end. So jump rope's great, forcing the scapular retraction, right, packing the shoulder while I create circular oscillations, mini circular oscillations, right, with my hand, forearm into my upper arm or humerus and then into my shoulder and scapula, while I'm also warming up the lower body. Right. So, pretty excited as we finish Kettlebell Origins. I happened to start Kettlebell Origins 2 weeks early to do a bunch of testing on it, and also not look like a fool here on live, right? So I've been doing it for 6 weeks. In 6 weeks, this is not a joke. I gained 8 pounds and still retained the 6-pack, still can see the same musculature. So I haven't done any sort of float body tester. It's only observation, right? But my pants still fit the same. The 8 pounds didn't go to my belly. So I'm guessing that most of those 8 pounds are lean body mass. The scale definitely doesn't lie. It's been pretty awesome. I feel way stronger in all of the movements. I've been able to increase not only weight, but increase time, right? Time under tension, increase the volume. So all around, that's progress. So I'm looking forward to jumping into double gains next, and then putting even more load into my body. And obviously, I was kind of preset to gain this because I was coming from marathon training where I was doing very little strength work, enough strength work to have strength, not totally lose it, but I ended up losing about 13 pounds in my marathon training. In marathon training, I did it for a little over 6 months. I ran a marathon with my wife, which was great. Great time. Built a ton of endurance, but lost lean body mass and body fat that I didn't need to be able to run 26 miles. Right? So everything that I do in training is results driven. So what am I trying to attain? And then that's what I'll train towards. That's what I'll eat towards. That's how I choose my recovery and all that stuff. So with the marathon training, I went down in weight. So inevitably, as long as I do strength training and eat properly and rest well, I will gain weight. And that's exactly what I did. It was pretty rad. Something that I've actually been able to work on and see its effects to great results as well during this is sleep. So I tend to be one of those type A, hardworking, wake up at 4:30 in the morning type people. Part of that 4:30 in the morning is the only silent time in a life. And I want to be able to spend time just kind of thinking about the day, and spending time with God for me is really important. So I do that in the morning, every morning. But during this time, I've actually allowed myself to sleep a little bit more. So certain days I'll sleep in and just let my body sleep till whenever. And that has proved to be highly beneficial as well. I think we far undervalue sleep in America, and it could really be beneficial for us. So now my shoulders feel very warm, scapula feels warm, my heart rate's up, my breath rate's up, my temperature's up. So let's do some mobility, starting with the neck. Just yeses. And I keep the tongue on the roof of my mouth, keep my mouth closed. That'll help stretch through here. No. Yeah, and then just like if my nose was Pinocchio and I turned my head with my nose. Sweet, and then we'll go shoulder circles. So we're gonna go alternating shoulder circles, big. The other way. This is obviously gonna mobilize the hips a little bit, the spine a little bit. Okay, now same. And same. Okay, now small. The other way, small. Nice and controlled. Okay, alternating, smaller. Kind of widen the stance if you need to, engage the abs. The other way. Okay, big knobs on either side, and I'm turning them. Opening up, still shoulder, internal, external rotation, but as well T-spine, scapula. Getting those shoulders nice and juicy. I'm getting ready to do some pulling. We'll see what we got in terms of, so yeses and nos with the T-spine. Or flexion extension. Okay, just T-spine rotations. I have minimal rotation in my T-spine. It's a whole lot better than what it used to be, but I actually had a compression fracture in my thoracic vertebrae. And so I have some damage there that keeps the mobility from happening, but still able to move. Feeling good. All right, now hips. So we're gonna go, again, anterior and posterior pelvic tilts. Yeah. Now shifting in the frontal plane, so sagittal plane, rocks, if you will, or tilts, and then frontal plane, tilts. And then axial femoral rotation here, right in the hip, but I'm gonna let the arms go as well. Almost done with the mobility, and then we'll get into the primer. So there's no good workout without a really solid warm-up. Actually, I got to interview my good friend Ethan Burns yesterday, and he talked about if we all trained like we were 40 before we turned 40, then we would probably be not so banged up and broken when we're 40. He wrote an article about it, really good. I'm really stoked on it. So with the primer, scap row left, scap row right, and then light pullover. So we're going to go fairly heavy with this. So we'll start with 36s for the scap rows, and we're gonna go 30 seconds. Protraction, retraction, protraction, retraction. Nice. Shake it out about 10 seconds, and then we're gonna go on the right. I'm gonna get my light pullover going. It's gonna be a little heavier than it used to be, right? Progressive overload again. Really waking up the scapula on these rows. Nice. Oh yeah, looking good, feeling good. Coulda, shoulda, woulda been in Hollywood. Nah. All right. The light pullover. Arms nice and straight. Keep the bells from clanking. Yes. One set down, 2 to go. All right, left side, scapular rows. Nice. The other side, scapula right. Nice. And then pullovers. Nice and slow, nice and controlled. All right, guys, third set. Nice and heavy. Face you. Yes. So very minimal movement, lots of upper back engagement. So really, this is the foundation for that strong, huge upper back. Or you can think about it from an athletic standpoint. This is the foundation to be able to push and pull and have power, right? In our upper body movements. Specifically anything through our arms. If we don't have a strong scapula, we don't have a strong foundation. So we want the scapula nice and strong, then that makes our push really strong and our pull really strong. So this is actually more scapular work. Lots of lat, a little bit of chest, lots of shoulder. Nice. So we'll get into circuit one.
Activity completed.
Thank you. So circuit one is going to be a one-arm swing. And again, we'll go nice and heavy. We'll start out a little bit lighter. But we're going to go 30 seconds of one-arm swing on one side, which it's been 20 seconds, so I just turned that up a little bit. We'll still take 20 seconds rest right in between. Let's just make sure that that is the case here. Yep. All right, and then 20 seconds rest, and then an extended plank from the elbows, or extend out as far as we can. So like I said, we're extending the plank from the elbow, walking out as far as we can. For 3 sets. If not, you can go up and wait, that's totally fine. That's the way. That's the way. We'll stay there. But that is a whole lot. A whole lot more load of what I'm talking about. Again, just reinforcing quads flexed, glutes flexed, squeeze the feet together, proud chest, long spine at the top of the head, abs engaged. Obviously, heart rate, breath rate super high. Okay. Oh, feeling the interscapular muscles just wanting to give up, having to reinforce, re-engage, reset every single rep. Getting a ton out of this one today, guys. Oh, that is ridiculous. Feeling good. Feeling good. Here we go. Plank. Whoa. That is a good one right there. That one will make you think twice. Dang almighty. So we'll go into circuit 2. Renegade row.
Activity completed.
Thank you. Overhead walk left. So renegade row left. Overhead walk left. Renegade row right. Overhead walk right. So just a little bit, by a little bit I mean a lot of it, lighter. For this renegade row. I believe last week I did 24, started on 24 and then went to 28. So actually, we're just starting at 20 without the push-up position part of it. So we're gonna actually start just with the push-up part this week. I showed you that. Row left, overhead walk left, renegade row right, overhead walk right. 30 seconds of work, 10 seconds to transition, and then we're gonna do 3 seconds. Looking good, feeling good. We'll start in 10 seconds. We'll start. Nice. Hope we got a rest. Then we're going up. Almost switch to the right side. Walk around. Keep it locked out. Keep it good form. And the scapular, interscapular muscles versus the trap. You'll hit the other side. Yes. Now, and just walking around. That's going to create this minor instability that you'll have to work with. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. First set, over a minute's worth of rest. So it should be good to go. The lat is that primary mover. Hello. Yeah. Juicy. That's my first person I heard use that was Eric Leha. So that's just pretty awesome. Pretty awesome to see. To that failure point. Indeed. All right, last set on the last side. So right side, final side, everything you got. Working out with me. Week 4. Week 1, lots of coaching. Or is it you and me? Feeling good. So tall kneeling curl, followed by push-ups. Way up. We're gonna do 30 seconds. All right. Bring it to failure. Same weight as last week. Yep, already to failure there. Gonna have to drop to the old knees on the second set. So a couple layers of fatigue we'll go through today. We'll find that lactic threshold and then just drive into it. There it is, right there. Already starting to get a little cramping. That's how you know good. Oh, jeez. Goodness. That's only set 2. 3 more. Got some major pump right now. Okay. So Sherrington's law of reciprocal inhibition. If I work the bicep, nervously my triceps are going to chill out. So we're doing that. With this, we're doing antagonist training, movement training, push and curl, press, curl. Jeez, goodness. So it actually provides, it's giving me rest in my bicep when I do my tricep and pec work here. Just gonna start on the knees. The goal isn't that it has to be on the feet or that it has to go all the way down to the ground or it only goes an inch. If you're feeling muscular engagement, muscular fatigue, that is what we're after. Goodness gracious. Set 4 here. I'm just driving it to failure on purpose. Fatigue factor 5,000. Goodness. Nah. Good form. Dang it. That is crazy. So much pump. Just pushing blood into the muscles. All right, last one, guys. Goodness. That's it. Failure on the old biceps. Last one, guys. Yes. Oh, that felt good. Lots of pump.
Activity completed.
Definitely flex worthy. Give me your flex. Bam, bam, bam. All right, guys. So a little decompression. We want to decompress the bicep, decompress the shoulder, decompress the scapula, right? Even T-spine, neck, the trap, right? So we'll go forward and hold, and back of the head. This is the Marcus special here. So breathing through the nose, out the mouth, or in through the nose, out through the nose. Close the mouth, tongue on the roof of the mouth. Nice. Reach, palm forward. Feel that in the shoulder. Feel that in the bicep. Feel that in the trap, the neck. Nice, and the other side. Nice. Good work, guys. Okay, now standing up, hex stretch. So coming from Tuesday, right? Yesterday was our active rest. So I did about an hour and a half of fire break. So for me, that's highly aerobic, pretty low impact, fairly low impact, pretty low output. So I'm not like going up into huge power outputs. From time to time, maybe lifting something heavy or whatever. But then highly aerobic, heart rate's going up to kind of like 110 to 150, and just kind of hovering in between there, right? Kind of going up and down a little bit, depending on where I'm at and what I'm doing. Same thing if you're doing a walk or a run or a bike ride, same thing, same low level impact. Maybe do a little bit of stretching. Maybe even vary up some movement, do some lightweight kettlebell flow. And by flow, I just mean going from movement to movement, smooth transitions. You could do all the movements that we've been training here in Kettlebell Origins, but just really lightweight, right? 8 kilogram or something like that. And then just doing them again and again and again. Again, bringing that heart rate up. Like 110 to 150. depending on your training age and you know, the outputs of the different movements and whatnot, kind of giving you a broad range of heart rate if you're trying to hit heart rate. Breath rate, you should be able to hold a conversation with maybe just a little bit of breathing in between each word, kind of like how I'm doing now, or for the most part, I can just talk straight through with a little bit of pauses here and there with my breath. That means my heart rate's probably at 120 if I had a heart rate monitor on. So opening up the chest here, guys. And then we'll go to the other side. Sit back, toes underneath. Left hand on top of right hand, push towards the left because the left hand's on top. Straighten out that left arm. Feel that open up, shoulder, lat. Nice. Right hand on top of left hand, same thing, push towards the right. Straighten out that right arm. Nice, we'll do one more. We'll do a wall stretch version of it. So I want to curl my hips under, abs engaged, make it focus on the shoulder and the lat. Bring it closer, lock out the elbows. Nice, and then if you want to get after it a little bit more, you can go find yourself a pull-up bar, bang out a pyramid of pull-ups. Oftentimes that's exactly what I do. My little hair sticking out. That's exactly what I'll do for this particular workout. Just bang out some pull-ups. I need to work on pull-ups as a Marine, and I think it's a great movement if you do them well, and it helps provide a little bit of that scapular mobility and shoulder mobility as well. So thank you guys very much for tuning in. Appreciate it. As always, tomorrow's the last day. Make your next one your best one.